The Last Horizon, a story of Genghis Khan. The wind screamed across the Mongolian steppe like a wounded animal. It was the year 1162, and in a small jur on the edge of the Onon River, a boy was born clutching a blood clot in his fist. The shamans whispered it was a sign. His mother, Holun, named him Temujin. No one could have known that this child born into hunger, betrayal, and slavery would one day rule the largest contiguous empire the world had ever seen. Act 1. The boy who refused to break. Temujin's father, Yesuge, was poisoned by rival Tatars when the boy was only 9 years old. Overnight, their clan abandoned them. A chieftain's family left to die in the snow. His mother dug roots from frozen ground to feed her children. Some nights there was nothing. But Holila never stopped. She told her sons every single night, "Except for your shadow you have no companion. Except for your horse's tail, you have no whip. Remember that." Temujin remembered. At 13, he was captured by enemies and locked in a wooden yoke, a slave, a nobody. But even in chains, his eyes burned with something dangerous, not hatred, not despair. Patience. He escaped. He survived. He always survived. Act 2. The man who united the ungovernable. The Mongolian steppe was a war zone of scattered tribes, Merkits, Naimans, Tatars, Karaids, all raiding, killing, betraying one another in endless cycles of blood. Unity was a foreign concept. Loyalty was a transaction. Temujin changed the rules. Where other warlords rewarded birth and bloodline, he rewarded merit. Loyal soldiers rose to command armies, regardless of their tribe. Enemies who surrendered honorably were absorbed, not enslaved. Those who betrayed their own masters even to join him he executed. Because a man who betrays once will betray again. He built a legal code called the Yasa laws that applied to everyone equally, including himself. He established freedom of religion across his territories. He banned the kidnapping of women and the enslavement of fellow Mongols. Tribe by tribe, battle by battle, the steppe began to speak with one voice. In 1206, at the Great Kurultai, a congress of all Mongol peoples, the assembled chiefs gave him a new name, Genghis Khan, universal ruler. The sky itself seemed to hold its breath. Act 3. The storm that swallowed empires. What followed was unlike anything in human history. His armies moved with terrifying speed, cavalry that could ride 100 miles a day, warriors who could shoot arrows at full gallop with deadly accuracy. But Genghis Khan's greatest weapon wasn't the sword. It was psychology. Cities that surrendered peacefully were spared and protected. Cities that resisted were erased from the map. Word traveled faster than his armies. Whole fortresses opened their gates before a single Mongol soldier appeared on the horizon. He shattered the Jin dynasty of northern China. He swept through Central Asia, Samarkand, Bukhara, Merv, cities that had stood for centuries, gone in weeks. His generals rode all the way to the edges of modern-day Poland and Korea. The world had never seen anything like it. Epilogue. The question he left behind. Genghis Khan died in 1227. The cause remains a mystery. Some say a riding injury. Others whisper of illness or a secret wound. He was buried in an unmarked grave, somewhere in the mountains of Mongolia. His request? Let no one find me. Even in death, he remained ungovernable. He left behind an empire stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea, a network of trade routes that would eventually connect East and West, laying the groundwork for the Renaissance, for global commerce, for the modern world. Was he a monster? History has enough evidence to say yes. Was he a genius? History has no choice but to say absolutely. Genghis Khan was not born great. He was forged by cold, by loss, by chains into something the world had no name for. And even 8 centuries later, we are still searching for the right words.